forgot to hit the go live button. Oh, crap. I hate YouTube sometimes. I don't know why I do this. I think this is my sense of community, if you call it that anymore. I don't even know what the hell our community is anymore, to be quite honest. I feel so out of place with this. August 18th, 2019. So that was a waste of, I don't know, 5 minutes of yapping. I'm so sick of tired of talking and complaining and bitching and whining that it's just getting ridiculous. So let me go from the beginning real quick because I want to just do something here. So first of all, it was a great weekend. My son's back home. Today was a boring day, but I went up to Central Ontario yesterday. Great day trip. I got up at 5 o'clock in the morning to beat the traffic. It was fun. We got up there. We didn't see that many trains, but we saw enough. The ATCS wasn't working perfect because I accidentally didn't have the latest MCP database, but we figured that out earlier today. We were bored today, actually. Humidity's in the air right now. I've got all the windows open to kind of combat the air conditioning upstairs. Not to let the humidity in, but to combat the air conditioning. So before I go to bed tonight, I'll close it, and then the air conditioning will probably, because it's upstairs and it's hotter, it will cool things down quite a bit. But right now I'm fine. I wear pants down here all the time. I just, it's a lot different than my other place. But anyways, I'm rambling. So what has changed? I did have a game plan that was going to be wait and see what happens. And I'm going to get one more drink. I shouldn't have drank the whole thing. I should have drank this a little bit. And just give me a second here, because I've already screwed up my voice, as usual. This is why I like using a forum and prefer to communicate via the forum. But I've been sleeping well lately. I slept 9 hours last night. I slept good last week. At least from that respect, I think I have things well under control, even though I am going to my doctor's on Friday. I think things are very well physically under control now. I think I'm very. I think I feel much better at night now. Despite my issues, I've found some medication conflicts that on my own through trial and error. Yeah, yesterday was good, so it was a good day. But anyways, I'm going to slowly drink this water just to keep my mouth dry. I shouldn't be. Well, I'm okay drinking that much. That'll be fine. I woke up 3 times during the night last night. I didn't care. It didn't bother me. I still slept 9 hours. So I'm dealing with some physical issues, but I seem to be dealing well with those physical issues. So we'll see what the doctor has to say come Friday. But it was a boring Sunday. Once we got back, this kind of eerily feels the same way that a couple weeks ago felt when I came back from vacation, although it's actually much more positive brain-wise. I'm much more focused. Unfortunately, things have not gone the way I was hoping. And it goes in two respects. I look at this post and I was doing as far as the game plan. Didn't have any responses to it. What else is new? My forum is practically a service for others, for a few others, which is fine. I said that was great. So Smiley server seems to be running with 2 people right now. If it got busier, I would consider trying to participate more. It hasn't. There's 2 people. So I mean, I'm glad. I just popped on the server right now. Nobody's there. They're running the whole friggin' route. Whatever. I mean, if they're happy, if that's what makes them happy, go for it. But for me personally, I'm not running the entire route with 2 people, and I'm sure as hell not running the Northeast with 2 people. So no, not for me. And that's just the way I feel about it. So his server's there. If people want to use it. I mean, there's other servers out there. There's other servers that please everybody and do everything, try to be everything. Not my cup of tea. Concepts, I had the last post in it. There's really not much more information on there about it. Preparing the fall, I just basically replied tonight, well, I guess that didn't go exactly as planned, and this is what I'm trying to discuss right now as far as what's happening. So, what didn't go to plan is Stormworks. Originally, I thought that tonight I was going to get into Stormworks with at least a modified version of something. That my son and I would have plenty of time today to build or modify or figure out how it works. Now, I could probably go in there with something, but I thought, let me go with somebody's creation and just see if I can figure out how to get it to work. That way we don't have to build. Now, we already built the outside of the hull or whatever. He was dozing off trying to go. I was going through different gear ratios because just to see what was happening. I honestly don't know what's happening. Perhaps I'm going to have to go back into it and try to build things on my own again. But I really don't feel like building right now. And that's a lot of the thing with Stormworks. If I knew what I was doing, then I would be okay with it. But how to get the gears to work properly, it's very fuzzy, and the information that's out there I mean, there's information out there, but why things have changed is beyond me. So, anyways, I'm tired of talking. As far as the Stormworks goes, I'm also in a waiting game to find more information because the Steam forums are absolutely horrible. They're just full of messages, constant flood of information. It takes forever to try to go through the information and try to decipher it. I did a YouTube search on Stormworks to try to find, and I would say 90% of the people just screw around with it, and it's just a fun multiplayer experience where people just goof around with the thing. It has a lot of potential, but at the same time, there's one serious guy that's in it, but he doesn't really describe. He describes some of the latest updates, and it's constantly updating. So I'm kind of now with Stormworks. I see it as a lot of potential, but I'm more as well. Let me wait and see until things settle down, because what happens is they keep on changing different parts of the game. I don't want to be invested into a game that is going to be constantly changing the actual structure, because basically what happened was all the creations that I had no longer work, and I really didn't understand on how to building. I'm not much into building, to be quite honest. I would much rather use somebody else's creations and then maybe build something on my own gradually once I know what I'm doing. But there's a big learning curve there, and I just don't feel like going through it. My son, he says he wanted to build it, so I thought, okay, well, we'll do that. But then, we built the boat the other day, and it was just like we didn't get to that, and he didn't seem to be interested in doing much of that today. So I'm like, all right, fine, whatever. He wanted to deal more with YouTube and just relax and whatever. But so, anyways, no, we had a fun day as well. It was just kind of boring, and I was hoping to get out earlier. I guess I had more energy than him. He's coming back from a trip, so it's to be expected. So, what time is it? 9:50. So I'm kind of stuck in a hard place. as far as what I'm going to do. Now, I already titled it Run 8 because I already know what I'm going to ultimately be doing here. And it sucks. I don't like giving back in, because something tells me I've been down this road too many times, and it really sucks because there's so much potential, and I can't either explain or get people on the same page, or I can't find a server, I can't find anything that's remotely interesting or remotely close to what I'm looking for. And it's not going to be a case of, if you can't beat them, join them. I'm not that type of person. It's not going to be, if I can't beat them, join them. I won't do it. I'm too stubborn. I just won't. So I'm left with only one way of doing it, and that's just do it my way and screw it. And I wish I could host. At least then I could potentially do something, but it looks like I'm going to be doing things my way, and that's going to be it. And until hopefully, I don't know. It's just crazy. Honestly, I would love to have the energy and the what do you call it? The energy levels, and it's not that I don't have energy. I do have energy. I just haven't been able to get into something where, I just don't want to be. I have so much time. So if I have time and I'm playing games with my son, I kind of want to get into the train sim realm. So if I want to get into the train sim realm, as opposed to building the train sim realm, I got two choices. I either put myself through all work and no play, and I build something, or I decide, well, wait a minute, I got to work. I already played with my son, but it's not meeting my expectations. There's going to come a time, and I know that's going to come sooner than later, where my son is going to get older and he's going to want to spend more time with friends. He's going to want to spend, he's going to have school. I got a funny feeling there's going to come a point down the road where I'm going to have much more time to do the things for myself. But right now, that's not the time. It's just not. And there will be a time. I know that time is coming. But it's not right now, and I'm in no rush for it to happen. So, with that being said, let's get back into Run 8. That's all there is to it. I mean, I don't know. And I feel I feel like this is a failure. I feel so reluctant to even open the damn thing up. It's not that I'm miserable about it. It's just like, okay, well, I know it's going to be fun if I get into it, but will I be able to stay into it? How long is it going to take before I'm getting tired of doing this? It's kind of depressing in a way. It's kind of weird, but it's like, I don't know what else there is. I wish there was a game I could get into that was truly my own, that is something that, because I can get into some of these things. Like, before I do that, let me explain. Well, I didn't do Ark today, but I'm not into that. That's more of a game for my son. Donna Man and all these other ones. These are kind of games that, even Planet Base. These are kind of games that I was more to do with my son. So there's a lot of these things that we share the interest. He likes trains, but he didn't want to get into Run 8. I tried that with him. Didn't work. And in that realm, there was things that I could have done. I could go into Microsoft Flight Simulator if that. Nah, not really. I'm just, it seems like my heart is into trying. And I tried American Truck Simulator, but I wanted something that was more relaxing. So I do like American Truck Simulator. Don't get me wrong. I like it. I can see myself getting into it more down the road. It's a very good game. Just like Euro Truck Simulator is. Farming Simulator, yeah, maybe. I just don't want to buy more software for the sake of running software. Fishing Barents Sea is pretty cool, but it's limited. Survivaland, maybe. I mean, there's all these other things. And Stormworks, I think that will come around. I think that's going to come around eventually. But for now, I'm just going to do what my heart's telling me, and it's just like, get back into Run8. Just get back into Run8, do it your way, and screw everybody else. So, yeah, the hell with the developing team, the hell with what Run8 does, the hell with what anybody else. Nobody's going to put a server, nobody's going to... I can't explain how the hell I want. I wish I could get people on board. I can't, so I can't. So screw it. Let's just do it. And that's depressing because it's multiplayer. There's capabilities of doing multiplayer things. So, and maybe, who knows, maybe I can find something within it that will get the creative juices flowing, like Scott was saying. But I really don't. I don't know what else creative juice wise I can do. So let's just play it around for now until things start. Until there's a version 3, until there's something going on with the Run8 friggin' program. Like something comes out. So I'm getting tired of talking, so anyways, let's just do something. It's either that or what was happening last week, and this happened a few times, is I just freaking fell asleep on watching YouTube because out of boredom, because I was just like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So let me just get into it here for now. Doesn't that sound depressing? I mean, it's supposed to be a hobby. It's not supposed to be depressing. It's depressing because it's like, oh, I can't do it the way I wanna, and if I got enough people to do the way things that I want to do it, it would be so cool. But otherwise, it's just like, you might as well be in friggin' single player. So I'm going in single player. I'm gonna go ahead with Southeast again. I was gonna go Southwest. We've seen enough of this friggin' Southwest to last a lifetime. So yeah, I could do Bakersfield. Bakersfield would be kind of small. It would be kind of okay. But something tells me... So this is where I'm going to go, and I don't think I'm going to be running too much tonight, but this is the way I see it. Selkirk, it's great and all, but it doesn't work well enough. Let me go into that. Let me go into each one. I've done this before. I know I've done this before, so I'm just throwing my head against the wall here. So when you go into Selkirk, I'm just going to go into the extra boards for a minute. I'm going to go into all the extra boards, and I'll show you what I mean. We'll start with Selkirk. So the spawn points here, if I could, the only spawn points to get here's the problem with the Hudson line. If I bring stuff in this way, and if I just want to use this, if it has to be Selkirk, and say I wanted to simulate this area per se, I could. It would become sort of like a switching thing, but at the same time, the reason why I proposed something like this on Smiley's server was that so that we would all focus on this area, not focus on the whole Selkirk Mohawk region thing. I wanted to concentrate on this and then work this on a day-to-day basis, so that we were working we were focusing on one region and one region only. That's what I was hoping to do. Not worried about working the hump, not worried about switching God knows what industry that's available on it. There's so many to choose from, and that's what I was hoping to do. It didn't work that way. So yeah, I mean, we had Mohawk. There was all these other ones. I think I had set up something. I don't know how the AI was set up, but because it's mainly a double track mainline, I mean, you could run double track traffic, I suppose, and then focus on a region. If I was to focus on a region in that case, then yeah, there's a little bit to do, but I'm gonna forego that because it's too big in its own essence. What I like about it is there's a lot of spawn points, which kind of gives you the ability to do it. The problem is there's when you get into double track, there's not enough complexity to make it kind of interesting, if that makes sense. I don't know how that makes sense or if it does. Also, when you talk with regional yards and stuff like that, I'm not too sure exactly how I would get into that. So let me put that back to the main menu for a minute. And I'm going to go into, I'll go into this, let me go into the Southwest for a minute. Not that I want to. But the Southwest has a spawn point issue. Despite the fact that they've added spawn points and it was a good start, it was, and I mean, don't get me wrong, they did the suggested ones that I was thinking of. We could use a spawn point here. That would at least give Mojave. I'm not a big fan of switching in Mojave. It's a 6-track yard. It's not that big. So you really don't... It's difficult to do a lot of, like, other than, you know, you're working with, I don't know, what is it, 3 or 4 different industries, maybe 5, I think. There is the new stuff that's on there. It makes it interesting. I was thinking of the city of Bakersfield. That did potentially... My issue with the city of Bakersfield, if I was to do that, I would have the spawn point come here. Then I would have to dispatch this area, which isn't too bad. But it doesn't really give you, if you really want the flexibility of that regional run, it doesn't give you much of a regional run. So that's where I was kind of thinking, nah, that maybe I won't do that. Whereas this, I mean, there was a time where I was like, okay, yeah, you can run this section, that'll work, that'll be fine. Other areas, Needles, forget it. I'm not even double track. Yeah, don't make me. I'm sick of double track. This is why we need smaller regions, folks. I'm sick of double track. I mean, double track's great and all, but you need the capacity, and in order to have the capacity, you need the people or AI. You have the AI, then you need the infrastructure to go with it. These hump yards are wonderful. I love hump yards. The problem is you need people. Does anybody get that? It's like talking to a freaking brick wall. You need people. And I don't care how damn popular, I've repeated this till I'm blue in the face. I don't care how damn popular you are, it's not going to be as real as it gets. Because you're not going to be able to sustain the traffic level. It's too freaking big. It used to be close to manageable. When it's just Barstow and Needles, and you know, at least that was kind of close. You get 13 people on there, okay, yeah, you're going to be missing, but you could somewhat. The Mojave sub itself wasn't too bad, and then you dealt with Needles and Barstow. It wasn't too bad. You had the trains, you had the dispatching. You could just run the trains. It wasn't too bad. The infrastructure, and the beautiful thing about this was Bakersfield wasn't that developed, but everybody wanted it. Everybody wanted to have the different things. So now you had more and more industry building up. So now Bakersfield, although it gave more of a purpose to Bakersfield, it was a route. It could be a route among itself, really. Mojave, like ditto, could be a small route among itself. Then you start adding Palmdale. You got all these freaking whatever. I don't even have... Oh, there it is. I did have LA. I was wondering about that. Cajon, hey, it's a beautiful route and all. There's a UP section. Like I say, you want to run UP, you can run single track all the way. But when you're running alongside a big double track main line called BNSF Cajon sub, it looks kind of weird not to see the traffic ever. So, nah, it just don't work. LA, oh my God. I tried to do something in LA once, and then I don't know what I felt like when I was doing it, but it got old real quick. I think it was a new toy to play with, and I never was going to buy this myself. Actually, Ski was the one that bought this for me. It was very generous of him. But when I see triple, double, whatever levels of track, and yeah, I mean this is a manpower nightmare to try and do. It's just nuts. So yeah, I mean, everybody's got. This is the beauty about it. You run a server on here. Everybody's got it. It starts with the Mojave. Everybody starts with needles. Why needles? I mean, I guess why not? I mean, the good thing about needles is there's not that much industry on it. I mean that's about the only bonus. The fact that it's double track and boring as hell. Well, hey, it's something, and I don't have the other because I never went too far other than that. So we get back to what do you do, and I'm back now to the southeast. Now my original turnoff of this was I'll explain, and I've explained this before too. And my throat's getting dry. I'm gonna get sick of talking pretty soon, and I'm just gonna want to do something. So, I love Rice Yard. It is very prototypical. It's fun. It's a fun yard to run. Dispatching isn't too difficult to do, whether it be solo or whatever on the entire division if you want to. But now we get into the prototypical side of things. Now, there's a lot of industry that is on the Sanford sub still. There's a lot of mainline as well. There's a lot of whistle posts in this area, right? Probably the bottom section. I don't know where it starts. I'm thinking to myself, this is probably the area to run. It's always been the one that I personally, it's not because I like the Sanford sub. The reason why I choose Sanford is the traffic is manageable. It's not that busy. It's, it works with just spawning the random train here and there, and they just kind of fit right in. I mean, sure, it'd be great to have a passenger train once in a while, I suppose. And I mean, yeah, you could randomly put one in just for the hell of it too. But it works pretty well. And I'm gonna need a cough candy because my voice is already going. I don't know. Hold on a second. I can tell my voice is going, and I'm not gonna. If I keep drinking water all night, I don't know how people do speeches and stuff like that. Oh man. Well, somewhere under here I got a cough can. Oh, there they are. Up there. Never mind, I found them. I knew I had them on the table here. Okay, so I think it's because I just go on a freaking talking spree and I just can't shut the hell up. Oh man. Ooh, man, these are a mess. Got pee. I don't know what expired cough candies aren't supposed to be like, but I don't know why they're expired. Piece of hell on me. Yeah, well, we'll find out in the morning. Um, oh man. So the problem I had with this was I was actually looking into setting it up the other night, and I couldn't figure out how the hell I had it before. I couldn't get it back, because what happens is anytime you make a change, suddenly you lose the industry information. So this is going to be a setup night, because I can tell you right now, my Monday right now doesn't look too promising. As far as, I have a lot of free time, but I don't know what I'm going to do other than 7 o'clock smack dab in the middle. I'll see my son, but that gives me all of prime time. So prime time tomorrow, I'm hopefully we'll be able to do something. Unfortunately, it's going to take some setup tonight, and I got some time, so why not? So let's set up. Now, I don't know if I can... Yeah, let's get into putting this onto the evening here. Not too much. I want to be able to... That's good. Maybe one more. Ah, crap. That's nice. Ooh! It's a nice looking storm. Alright, here. And we'll put destination. Well, that's an interesting little storm. At 7:13 at night. Very nice. There we go. Okay, let me see how the industries I have set up, if I've even got them right. Hopefully I do. Hopefully I just added to the industries and then I can filter them. So what we're looking at, I'm not too worried about the industries themselves. I'm actually more interested in the yards. So I don't know if I'm going the right way or the wrong way. I can't remember where the yards are. It's like a Forest Moon vendor here. Okay. Come on. Oh, that was a defect detector, wasn't it? Okay, let's... there's Pecan Yard right here. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Oh, there we go. Perfect. That's what I wanted. 767 and 776, really? Why is it called 767 and 776? Interesting. I mean, it's cool, but I didn't realize there was two trains that have a weird symbol like that. Did I do that for all of them? I mean, I'm okay with it. 767 and 776. Why is there the letter A? Or is that just the industry? I'm confused here. Alright, let's go with this here. Oh crap. Oh, I see. Oh, those are the locals. Nice. Q458, gotcha. That's the train number. Okay, so we're already set up. So now all I gotta do is figure out, so the industries are fine. Now I gotta figure out where the, I say they're fine, they're not perfect. Q458, where the hell am I spawning that from? Oh, where the hell is that? Can I see that again? Bolin, okay, I don't care. All right. So let's forget about the Callahan sub for a minute. So that's a northbound. I don't care about a northbound then. Although I may do something with that pretty soon. But for now, let's forget about the. It's a southbound I have set up, I believe. Yeah, okay. Domestic containers to Taft, that's fine. Intermodal. One's to Taft, one's to Tampa, that's fine. Mixed containers, New Orleans, okay, that's fine. I like how Jacksonville ramp southbound is set up. Little Whiskey, I don't care about. Manor, I don't care about. South Taft mainline northbound, I do care about all of these. So we've got mixed intermodal, Jacksonville, yes. Passenger, we'll have those in there. Passenger north, perfect. I don't care about symbols as much. Auto train to Waycross, fine. I don't care. You can see I don't care so much about the symbols because, you know, that's fine. I really don't care. They're going to different places. That's nice. Evansville, Indiana. They're all going. I don't care. You see what I mean? I don't care anymore. I could go with what was the name of the title of this video that I called this? Sorry. I gotta figure out what the title. Current viewers none. Jeez, I'm really doing good. So let's see. I still haven't found what I'm looking for. Yes, that's true. Average watch time 11 minutes. Very nice. Taft Launchpad northbound. Intermodals. So that's Jacksonville. Did I already do this one? Well, that's Taft Launchpad. Perfect. And the mixed container is probably going to Jacksonville. Perfect. Okay, so these two are fine. The tough part was going to be trying to figure out where I guess Q458 comes into play. And Brunswick sub. Okay, that's at Nahanta. Hold on a second. Let me save that for a minute. I gotta get used to these names again. Okay, that's up to Nahanta. Yeah, I don't want to go that way. Oops, not that way. Okay. So they actually have a Brunswick sub Nahanta East and a West. That's kind of interesting. Brunswick. Oh, that's a Brunswick sub. Never mind. Jesus, Murphy. Why can't I get... Oh, man. What the hell am I doing? I'm losing it. I thought it was Alt-Shift F12 or... No, F2, you idiot. Now I'm having dementia. Thank you. Shift F2. I don't know why I was thinking F12 for some stupid reason, but I was. Okay, so Brunswick sub. Callahan sub is just a northbound. We don't want to deal with that. We don't want to deal with the northbound Jacksonville. Little Whiskey's too far. Manners too car. Moncrief, yeah. Mixed freight. There we go. Question is, which way is that spawn? It says southbound. So this is another little pet peeve of mine, which makes it very difficult for a system to work. If I was running this as a client, if I was running this as a server, and a client wanted to spawn a mixed freight, the only person that can do that is the host. The client can't do it because he has no choice. He just has to go with the flow. That's why my probability is off to here for that one. So Moncrief southbound, I do want to have the probability up. Norfolk Southern, I don't care. Everything else is ready to go. We're good. Let me check Moncrief again for a minute, and I'm going to check this train out. I want to see what Q457 looks like. Filters. I got it all set up. We're set up. We're set up. We're ready to go. We can go right now. So 10:23. I mean, wow. Okay. I realize it's the middle of the night right now. So that puts us to 10:22. Obviously, we're going to be resaving and continuing, which sucks. I would love to... My whole idea, at least the whole concept that I had, was to get it so that we could run on a server and just run a limited number of trains and everything would be fine. You would run that limited number of trains. You could run it in a 24-hour period, so you would have a 24/7 server that was available that could run, say, 6 or 8 trains a day and a very few locals, and you would run it within a limited playing field. And that would work perfect for a small region. Of course, we don't have a small region, so we're screwed. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to run the clock on this. So what I do in the clock is going to basically... I'm basically in my own little world right now to do things. So let's start right from scratch. We're going to build up this world again. I'm going to try and find a save, actually. So I'm confident with the industries we have. I'm going to try to find a save and see if I can find one that does this. So back into the worlds, I had Sanford and Sanford B. I have no idea what the B means. But it was January, the save time was January 22nd, 2018. I have no idea what the B was about. But this is the ladder save, so I'm going to go with this. So here we go. And hey, look at that. We're at 1600. We're loading 39 trains. Wow, that's hard to believe. Oh, they must be all over the damn place. So, what exactly do I have here? So I've got this train going. Well, I really didn't play around with the probability too much, did I? Hold on a second. I'll get to it. Close that off for a second. Train types. So those probabilities are fine. It's just these ones. Moncrief southbound. Jacksonville ramp southbound. South Taft main line northbound. South. Doesn't really matter. Beats the hell out of me. I don't even know the at this point I don't even know what the symbols are. So so the idea here is this train just runs off the territory and takes a hike. So I'm going to run a half an hour tonight and call it, just to get ourselves going. And I might start as early as 7:30 tomorrow night. We'll see. If I'm in the mood. If I'm not in the mood, I won't do it. Hey, we got thunder too. Okay, so nothing's here. I wanted to make sure of that. So tonight I'm just going to explore and reacquaint myself, because it's been since January 2018 since I've run this territory. There's not too much going on here. This guy here is a Jacksonville northbound train. So we got northbound trains and that's it. I wonder what the B is. Let me just take a look at the B for a minute. I know it's older. Nah, that doesn't matter. Who cares? We're fine. I don't know what it means. I'm very curious. No, let it go. Don't worry about curiosity. It killed the cat. So let's explore the yards again. Since I got nothing else going on, what was the AI traffic generation? It's probably at a high number. 560, that's fine. I don't care. If they run a bunch of trains, then we'll take them. We'll deal with it. If they don't, I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. So we're starting at 4 o'clock. We're going to run to 4:30. We're in the middle of a storm. That's nice. This is eventually going to go tonight as things progress. He's fine. Let's start looking at the yards, and actually let's see what's available on the various thingamajiggies here. Okay. So it looks like we have some industries that can be switched by different locals. Can I do them all? Hell no. But they're here. And I can see that I had started the process, A789. I'm going to have to really reacquaint myself with these locals, because there's a lot of them. See, that's 8 hours ready. 8767's ready. That's why it says there's so many trains available, because they're all over the damn place. All right, let's just go through and explore tonight. So I'll kind of get myself. I'm gonna make some notes for this, so I know how to. And I feel kind of good about this because, I mean, it's the way I want to do things. It's the only way I want to do things for Run 8. And unfortunately, I don't have any other hobbies or things that are uniquely mine that I'm happy with right now. So I want to be happy. And I've got the rest of my life pretty happy, so you know what I mean? Just keep going with it. Let's start here with Pecan. And we'll check the yards out and see what's going on. So nothing at Pecan. Or do we have some cars? We have some cars here. What I'm doing is I'm checking for the mainline train, because I got a funny feeling he's stuck in one of the yards somewhere. I forget where all these yards are. Maybe I'm gonna have to run the line. I might have to. Bostwick Electric. You know, I think I'm gonna run the line. Just let me take a look at the line, and then we'll be able to see everything. I know there's industries. I just want to try to remember where the hell my switcher is. If he's even out there, I don't know. It's been a while since we've run or done this route, so I don't remember if I have the switcher out, if it's due again. It looks like I have enough locals. I think that's local to that industry is not, it's local to Moncrief as opposed to the other. So I got the industry set up, or the industry tags on, so that's good. So a tour of the line. So if you guys haven't seen the Sanford sub, this is it. Enjoy. It's a beautiful route too. It really is. So we'll have some fun with this. Like I said before too, if Stormworks starts developing, or the hell's that? Oh, that's a road. If Stormworks starts making sense for me and I can get back into it, then I might go back to that. I'm just going to do stuff that I enjoy from now on, not worry about anybody else. And I'll put the content up here. If it gets views, it gets views. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I don't care. Just want to be happy, you know what I mean? Okay, so be happy with some more dispatching traffic. Do I have AI on? I'm pretty sure I do. Yes, I do. Gotta make the most out of this. That's pretty much it. It's an industry over there? I guess it is. Okay. I got lost there for a second. I was like, where the hell am I? Beautiful thing about Q458, Q457 is he just sticks to the main lines and works the intermediate yards. So I don't know why I just couldn't remember all the yards, and I'm too lazy to go through the tracked schematics. But I'd rather take a look around anyways. Come tomorrow night, I'll be ready to go again. So now we're down to one train, I think. Yep. Unless there's another one sitting around somewhere that I forgot that I was using. I'm thinking to myself, he must be at Taft. In fact, let me just check something for a minute. No, I don't want to do that. Go back to here for a minute. Well, that's okay. He is at, or at least he dropped off at some of Taft, but then there's a 9 hours section here. So there's the various yards. So Taft, all I had to do was look into Rand's Yard, Taft, Pecan. Oh, there's Rand's Yard there. Okay. So that's Sanford and then Taft. I should have started over here with, I got a funny feeling he's over here. Let's start this way here. Actually, I should have gone through here. Let's try this one more time. So I'm gonna get lost otherwise. Okay, let's see where he is. What I'm looking for is, did the train break down, or... See, I got certain cars and certain industries and what have you. I don't think I have switching power out there yet. Okay, that's interesting. So yeah, there's Q457 terminated. So yeah, I've switched everything else on the track, so everything is pretty much there. And there's other stuff like 776, which I kind of don't have anything there for. Same with that, so that's good. Okay. So what's supposed to happen at those industries is they are supposed to turn over eventually into outbounds. Nothing has been turned over yet. So I think until that happens, I just have to basically switch local yards or start figuring out what I want to do. Really don't feel like doing Taft. Taft is kind of huge. So maybe I'll find something simple. What I need though is to get some engines. Now, did I bring enough engines on this train? Did I even set any off? I have no idea. At least one yard I saw had nothing, so I could spawn them in, but that's kind of cheating. So I thought I had a light power run somewhere. So these are like three engines. I mean, there's a lot of engines, but I thought for some reason I had engines sitting around somewhere. Was it at Rand's? The other goofy thing is all these other little sidings that you don't know what's in what here. You kind of don't know what's in. You know, I know what's in Taft. We're at it, but the other siding is kind of here, so. It looks like I was doing something with the area, or at least something was attempted. Again, for all I know, there could be locals sitting around somewhere. So there's some. So there's 766, which is basically a local to do this, which is interesting. So if I look at Q457, it's going to tell me how much time I have for the various ones, huh? Like if I don't do pecan, for example, in 2 hours, that's going to switch over. Rand, some of them are going to switch over, but that seems to be the one. If I don't do that, then, like I said, I'm still getting TAF 7 is ready to go. That's 755. Hmm. Yeah, watching Q457 would be the easiest way to figure out how I want to do things here. But I could be in the middle of running a local somewhere as well. This is kind of why I was probably on the right path to. I don't even know where the hell I was, to be quite honest. It probably, let's start over here. I don't know which way I was going. How about we work backwards? Unfortunately, I would have to get to going this way. It's going to take a long, long time to reacquaint myself. I don't think anything's down here. This is the toughest one to try to find out where all the equipment is. I'm just thinking to myself, if I stopped it and then I just kind of gave up on it, there's got to be a train somewhere. And I suppose I could go back to the YouTubes, but I really don't feel like doing that. Man, that takes forever. I should have just spawned a... Okay, there we go. I don't think there's anything on here. So that's what I'll do tonight, is just see if there was something in progress. If there wasn't, then I won't worry about it. So there's nothing else there. I don't think there's anything else beyond here. That's just a spawn point. Correct? Yeah. Alright. So we'll work our way backwards from here. So I got cars here. That's fine. None of these industries have been done, and the whole idea of the system, at least the way this is set up, is there's a lot of industries to do, but I had it so that it could turn over quite a bit if necessary, and then there's only one train a day that services the area. So it looks like I switched this area. Now the question is, did I leave power sitting around somewhere in this area? See, I had a funny feeling this was the area that I was doing something. Alright. Well, this is gonna be fun. So I was in the middle of, either I was in the middle of doing 799 or somebody else was. Because now that it's just me, then I'm the one that's going to have to wind up doing this. Okay, so we're in the middle of switching 799. I got 10 minutes to go for tonight, but at least when I save the everything, I'll bring it back here. I'm reacquainting myself with everything. I can go through the maps and everything, but I want to see what exactly I have. So STW, what's this about? STW FPF, oh my god, there's a whole whack here still. Alright, let's assume for a minute I know what the hell I'm doing. Let's work our way down this way. Sounds like a plan. It looked like from what I could tell, at least it was started, but I really don't know. So I'm okay with that. And we'll just go with it. We'll assume something got started. Oh, that was the car. I was like, what the hell is that thing? So one thing with 5 minutes to go, I am going to throw a proposal out here. And like I said, don't count on me. Don't count on me to follow through on this. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to do this or how long I want to do this. But I'm gonna throw a proposal out, and that is, well, it's 28 minutes, so we're basically here. So I'm just gonna leave it like that. So the proposal is basically this. I'm thinking about having it, if I can't run a server or I can't join a server that can do it, then maybe what we can do is have a sharing system. So with 5 minutes in the end of the night here. I'm going to save this at 1:30. What I'm attempting to do now, from this point forward, is I want to see how long the jobs take, roughly. So how much manpower is involved in this, and then I will go ahead and continue. So what I'm looking at, I've saved this for tomorrow, and I'll start off at the 16:30 mark. What I'm thinking about, as far as what I want to do here, is, since we can't run multiplayer, or there's not a server, or there's not something available to do it, then what we can do is share. So for those people that want to run single player and you know, want to come back to a world that has changed, then they can do that. If they want to run a train, they can do whatever the hell they want. If I wanted to run that train, I would. You're gonna have to dispatch yourself. You're gonna have to go through the motions, basically. But what I'm proposing is figure out, how long it takes to do the various jobs. Then we'll know the manpower, and then what I could do is, at 10:57 on a night like tonight, I could basically hand this off to somebody else for the daytime, and see if I can continue it that way. The problem, what usually happens is, for me personally, on certain servers, like for example, I went on Smiley's server. Smiley's not around, and Scott's not there, but I know they're busy doing things. So that's an ideal situation. The issue that where it comes about is the people that are really interested tend to be correlated at a certain time of night, so it may not work. But at least it's something. I'm not saying I'm going to do this right away, but at least it's something. I will, depending upon what's going on. Tomorrow's supposed to be a humid day. I'll work out something tomorrow, and I'll try to work up just a proposal and see if we can find some type of sharing ability to make it so that it's just not you running your single players. So there's a spawn. That's too late because I'm done for the night. So there was a spawn finally that came in, but basically we would be running the same type of save files. We would run the world, we would save it, we would continue it at various times. Like for example, I've said this before, Sunday nights I might have some time available, but I'm not going to have much time on the weekends, so maybe somebody else will. Ditto with Monday I'm going to have a lot of time in the evening. Tuesday not so much. Tuesdays I won't have as much time. Wednesdays I'm going to have a little bit more time again. So Mondays, Wednesdays I'll have time. And I'm not saying that I'm looking for people to run Mondays and Wednesdays. I'm actually looking for the opposite. I'm looking for somebody who can fill in on the weekends. I'm looking for somebody who can fill in on a Tuesday. I'm looking for somebody who can, or a combination, or a bunch of people who have this route, who would be interested in possibly sharing this world save file, if they were interested in continuing on. That'll make it at least somewhat interesting, and at least. But like I said, don't count on me. And I don't expect to count on anybody else. I'm only going to count on one person. That's myself. I would highly recommend that you count on yourself first and foremost. So if you're interested in this save file, let me know on the forums and or on my forums. I got the post and whatever. And I'll post something else on it. We'll see what happens. If I barely got enough ideas. I didn't get any ideas on the last forum post, so I'm really running out of, I'm running out of creative juices. This is really, I need something, so I got to do something. Eventually, I might just get around to saying, okay, I give up. I'm bored as hell. I'm just going to program. But at least this is somewhat relaxing for me. So, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. And at least I saved this here, so I'll be able to go back to this and run my save and realize that, hey, I'm here. I've got to finish this switching job. And I don't know if there's others too, but I'll finish off this switching job, at least get that done. And then I'll try to figure out if there's other switching jobs around. And if not, then once stuff is ready, whether or not the switching job finished or not, I will run the main line, turn whatever is available, run the daily manifest train back from Taft through here. I may not run the train itself. I may just set it up so it can do the meets or whatever, and that's going to be it. But it'll work fine. I don't know why this was stacked. I must have had 2 trains at one time. That doesn't matter. I already saved it, so I'll figure that out later on. So, but yeah, welcome back to the Sanford Sub, people. For now, we'll see how long that lasts. Man, I gotta take out all those stacks. Okay, guys, that's it for now. I'll probably be back tomorrow if everything goes well. I'll be back probably sometime around 8 o'clock or after 8 o'clock or so. We'll see how it goes. Alrighty, well, have a good one. Take it easy.